Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Other than getting my ass whooped at work today. All that shit.
Same here.
Because see what happened with that. I told you it was off Monday. It was snow and shit. So it was off Monday and we went in late the next 2 days. So all of those packages caught up and it hit me today.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
You want to talk about, man, tell me how your boy managed to sweat. And the highest we got today was 30 degrees.
Hey, man, listen, we in the 20s and I was sweating all day. You see what I got on? I was sweating all day. I feel you.
Yeah, man. So, but other than that, man, feeling good. You know, podcast moving. So that's always a good thing. So How you feeling though? Everything good with you?
Man, everything good, man. I'm ready for this cold weather to be over as usual. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand cold weather. Might move out of Ohio in the next few years, go someplace where it's warm, where I can enjoy the sun and, you know what I'm saying, wear shorts all year round like I like to. But but no, everything going good, man. It was a rough day at work for me too. You know what I'm saying? We had to fix a whole bunch of problems today. So that's pretty much about it for me, man.
I feel you, man. Y'all now brought y'all cold weather down here. Look, I ain't trying to feel it, man. Look,
don't do that to us, man.
Look, man, I've already look. Look, I tell people all the time, man. Look, I went through 2 up north winters, man. I went through 2 West Virginia winters, man. I ain't trying to see it no more.
Oh yeah, you know see now that you said West Virginia, that technically ain't up north.
Hey, whatever it is,
that's like, I think that's like Midwest. You know what I'm saying? That's a little Midwest. That ain't up north. You ain't had no up north winter, brother. 'Cause listen, we are in the Midwest in Ohio, but people forget, like, bro, we close as hell. First off, to the water, because you know what I'm saying, we got the lakes and shit right by us too. But people forget that New York and Pennsylvania, all them motherfuckers ain't no big states. So like when they get shit, that shit swoop down right to us. Like we don't get leftovers, nigga. We get the residuals. We don't get leftovers. We get residuals. So whatever happened in New York definitely gonna probably happen, like on a tiny fraction less. You know what I'm saying? But we still gonna get most of that shit. So like when if New York get a whole bunch of snow or Detroit get a whole bunch of snow, we definitely getting that shit.
Damn. Yeah, I ain't trying to feel it, man. We supposed to get more snow today, into the night. So
yeah,
we'll see.
For us too.
But you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow but get ready for this game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey,
and ain't nobody. Yeah, but ain't nobody. Dude, you want to talk about? Like I might have seen like one analyst, dude, like pick the 49ers, which is normal. Like
that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, it is. But like a lot of people starting to see like, well, it's supposed to be because they playing a night game and it's supposed to be like 6 degrees with 16.
I'm playing in
Green Bay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 6 degrees and the wind's supposed to be 16 miles per hour. So it's kind of like, you know, they're used to it.
Field, so at least they ain't playing a little hard ass grass.
I'm telling you, man. I feel bad for them dudes back in the day, but because the new technology and switched it up. Buffalo don't have one?
No, sir. They don't got no heated field, man.
Hey, they better go ahead and switch that up, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and catch up with the times.
You hear what Bart Scott told Josh Allen?
What you say?
Josh Allen was saying that, you know what I'm saying, he ain't used to all that cold weather and shit playing in Buffalo because, you know, he don't come from that. So he was saying that the reason that, you know what I'm saying, some of his performances be poor when it's cold is because his feet get cold. So he can't really step into his, you know, shit like he's supposed to or whatever because, you know what I'm saying, your feet get numb and sometimes it hurt. So Bart Scott was on Get Up He told that motherfucker, "Hey man, listen, if you really want to keep your blood circulating, take Viagra." Yeah, man. Wise words from Bart Scott.
Mr. Can't Wait, but
Hey, listen.
that's
I
one of the
mean,
best sound bites ever,
it
man.
makes
I don't
sense
give a
now
fuck
why
what
he said
nobody
it.
say.
I bet he couldn't wait to get home. Shit.
Oh man,
You
but
been playing goddamn 3 hours with that shit running through your system. Your goddamn adrenaline and testosterone is up. Oh man, I know he went home and murdered his wife.
Hey, I know we just hit y'all with a sports reference, man. I know this is a movie podcast, but yo, if y'all never heard the interview that Bart Scott gave when he said "Can't wait," yo,
got to YouTube that classic sports moment, man.
Yes, sir.
So, man, you know what I'm saying? It's that time, man. You ready to do what we watching, bro?
Man, let's do it, man.
Let's get into it. What we watching? So, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the reins on this one, man. What you got for us this week?
All right, so I got what we watching and what I'm gonna be watching, and I know we usually don't do this, but your boy's hype about something. So what I'm gonna start off with is what I'm watching. I haven't really been watching a lot of new shows because I'm still on my homeland, but I watched a movie. Well, I was able to watch a couple of movies, man, thanks to you with the new app that you told me about. I finally got Antlers in.
Yeah,
I was really excited for this one. The trailer is off the chain. Like the trailer is gonna make you be like, "Oh shit, this is some wild shit." But once you get to watching it, you see it's not exactly what you thought it was. But it was a pretty dope movie, man. Basically like some kind of entity get into you, and it transforms your body to a point where then it's like once you eat so much, like what it does, like it builds itself up. And like you don't get the whole antler reference until like towards the end of the movie, and then you figure out why they call it antlers. But it turned out to be a pretty good movie. Not the as much as I'm into horror movies, this ain't the exact type of horror movies that I like. Is I would say it's more of a thriller suspense type of movie. They tried to build a story around this little kid, and the little kid, man, he was going through some shit, man. He had to become a grown man real quick. So it was an alright movie, man. And then also like some of the other side characters, they was going through some things, and like they was still trying to figure out some stuff. So that was cool. But what I'm gonna be watching for all of the Ozark fans out there in the world, man, it finally came back tonight. I'm a huge Ozark fan. I've been on this show for years. What I do hate is the fact that they're only going to give us like it's kind of going to be like a Sopranos type of thing where they're going to give you the first part, and then they're going to give us a minute, and then they're going to give us the second part. I don't like how they stretching it out because, like, first of all, I want to pod about this, but it's like, how am I going to be able to pod about this if they're only going to give me half of the final season, and then they're going to give us? I don't even know when the second half is even supposed to come out. So that's going to be what it is. But
do a two-parter.
I mean, that's what I might end up doing. Like I did season 3. I had broke down that season, which was a dope ass season, and so yeah, man, I might have to do a two-parter, man, because I'm really excited about Ozark, man. I think it's one of the I've said this before, man. It's one of the best Netflix shows to me that has came out. I know you're not big into it, but
I couldn't get into it, man. I mean, I probably go back and try it again, but yeah, the first episode from season 1, it had me. And then like later on into it kind of slowed down a little bit. And at the time I couldn't get into it, but I think now that I got things kind of, you know what I'm saying, in place, I'll probably be able to sit down and get into it now.
Yeah, man. I love that show, man. It's a dope ass show. So that was so I watched the movie Antlers, and I'm gonna be watching Ozark, man, season 4.
All right. So, man, listen, for me, you know what I'm saying? You was talking about Ozark. It's not Ozark, but we still in Netflix. You know what I'm saying? We definitely in Netflix land. So the first thing I watched was the Operation Varsity Blues college admission scandal documentary. You know what I'm saying? That's if anybody doesn't know, or if it sounds familiar, it's the basically when all of the high profile parents were going through the court, you know what I'm saying, system about getting their kids into colleges without the proper resumes. And you know what I'm saying? I think she was like the aunt on Full House or whatever.
Oh, Full House, yeah.
Yeah, she ended up getting locked up. She, you know what I'm saying, they talk about her and everything too. But basically they break down how everything went. So they give you the whole process. It's this one guy, he's behind the whole thing. And like this is something that he's been doing for years. But just like recently, he took it up to like a larger scale. And dude was getting like 40, 50 grand to get these kids in there. And so once he started getting bigger names, you know what I'm saying, like he was getting up in the 6 digits just to get kids in the schools. So they go through it, you know what I'm saying? They talk to a bunch of his former quote unquote clients that, you know what I'm saying, he helped get in or whatever. So it gets interesting, man. It's a lot of shit that get dropped in there where you be like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's this one time he was talking to one of his clients and one of his clients' parents, and he was saying how, you know, he was saying like, well, what sports does he play? He was like, well, he don't really play too many sports or anything like that. He said, okay, cool. He said, well, we'll make him a kicker. He was like, because you know what I'm saying, his dad was like, well, he played soccer when he was younger, but he was like, he hasn't played in years. He was like, okay, cool, we'll just make him a kicker. He was like, so send me a bunch of pictures, you know what I'm saying, where he may look focused, or you know what I'm saying, he'll have a straight face, or he's looking up at something. He said, and then I'll Photoshop it on the kicker's body.
Yeah,
so he was telling them. I mean, this is amazing, bro. So he was telling them about one kid that he got in, right? He said he made dude a long snapper. Dude was 145 pounds.
Long snappers aren't big though.
No. He was 145 pounds, bro. As a long snapper, you at least got to be 160, 170 at the least. You know what I'm saying? Dude was like some frail kid. He was real small, tiny frame. He was like 145. I just told him that he was a long snapper. He ended up getting into college, getting on the team, scholarship, everything, right? And then so basically they just show reenact. It's really just a bunch of reenactments, but they're pretty much just giving you the stories and you know what I'm saying, and getting testimonies from people. So it's pretty interesting hearing that. And then also I watched Archive 48. I'm not finished with it yet, but I started it. I'm on episode 5 right now, and man, it is trippy. It's one of those things that you got to pay attention to. This isn't one of those shows you can look on your phone and, you know what I'm saying, and you know, just listen to in the background. This is one you got to pay attention to because it's about a guy who he knows how to restore videotapes and footage and editing and all that. But basically, he's doing this. He's working for this company. And in the midst of working for this company, he's editing and restoring these tapes made by this lady who finds out about a cult. And in the midst of seeing these tapes, he finds out his dad is in a few of these videos.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. It gets good. It gets real good. So, if you got time, man, go to Netflix, check out Archive 87, or I think it's 81. Let me make sure. Okay, Archive 81. And then also, if you get time, check out the Operation Varsity Blues college admission scandal. Those are the two. All on Netflix, by the way. So, man, listen, don't look up. We staying in Netflix land once again, man. Don't look up. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence. A movie about basically two college scientists who find out that there's an asteroid coming to Earth, and is basically bound to destroy Earth, and they're pretty much trying to tell everybody, but it don't go their way, man. What did you think about it when you first seen this?
Well, first seeing this, I said that I wasn't big on it. I felt it underachieved with the amount of names that was in it. Like you mentioned too, but you got Meryl Streep in here, you got Kate Blanchett in here, you got Jonah Hill in here, Tyler Perry. Like, there's some heavy hitters in here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mention my guy Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? Ariana Grande or whatever or whatnot. But like I just thought it was underperforming. But then like once I watched it again and seeing it for the second time, like what you seem to realize is when you start thinking about real life and you understand like how gullible people are,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this movie makes perfect sense. Like for them to go the route that they took, now I get it. Like it's not a piece that's supposed to be hilarious. It's not a piece that's supposed to be um like a lot of his movies in his past or a lot of shows that he ended up being involved in when it come to Adam McKay. It was a movie that was just like, yo, if we don't get our shit together as people, then this type of thing is going to happen to us, and we are not going to be prepared for it, for the simple fact of the route that they took was when you saw a girl get very passionate about an asteroid that's coming to Earth in 6 months that's going to kill us all. If she goes overly dramatic about it, then everybody make her a meme and say that she's crazy. But then when you have someone trying to give you all of the facts in a different type of way, then people are like, well, you know what? I don't really care nothing about that shit. It is what it is. And then you also have these people that they believe what they want to believe for the simple fact of those people that are very controlling when they say that, I control my life type of people where they just kind of like to do Carter in Final Destination, how he kept talking about, yo, I control my life. No. You got those type of people, and you got the people that think that they're too fucking smart.
Mm-hmm.
You got those people who, oh well, I researched this or I know this and and they reading everything on the internet, think they know everything. Right. So you got like all of these different types of people, but at the end of the day, what we mostly have, in not just America, but really throughout the world, but I'm just going to speak on America, is that we have a lot of gullible people who will really believe anything because they either lack in judgment, they lack in leadership, or something. Mm-hmm. And it's just what the one touch that I did love that I mentioned earlier was the fact of when what's her name in here? When Kate went nuts on the damn TV show, people made her a meme. Yeah. They made her a meme and said that she was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, if you show passion, they say that you're crazy, and they make you a meme, and they make fun of you. But it's like, when you do that, you don't listen to a word that she said. They completely missed the whole point of her saying, yo, there's an asteroid coming here in 6 months that's going to wipe us out. And all y'all can do is make memes of me and make fun of me and talk shit about my mullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So first and foremost, about the mullet, I wasn't a fan of her wig in this one. I thought that was a stupid addition. But outside of that, my first time watching this, first and foremost, this is right in my lane. I love movies like this. So I didn't know what it was. I just seen Leo in it. I watch anything that Leo's in, first and foremost. Leo is a legend. So you gotta, take time out to see what it is. And then with it being on Netflix too, I was super intrigued because I didn't think Neo. I was thinking of the Matrix. But I didn't think Leo would, be in a, like a Netflix production like that. So to see him in it, that hiked my interest. But you make a very interesting point about how they basically made a parody of what society is today. You know what I'm saying? To me, this is just a sarcastic way of saying that America is stupid as shit. Like, pretty much. The fact that, you have these two scientists who find this out. They're going on live television on one of the biggest shows in America, and they're telling us that there's a fucking asteroid coming that could possibly destroy Earth. And the newscasters, first off, are making jokes like this shit isn't a serious event. And then, like you said, they end up making memes about her and everything else. And then you turn around and you get to see how, fame gets to people's head with Dr. Mendy. He ended up getting so caught up in the fame and everything else of being the guy that found out about the asteroid. And then when you talk about on the internet how people just believe anything, I mean, that's pure as day. Like, they thought they could go and do the Mission to Mars thing. I mean, whatever the movie was, where they send the spaceship up there and landed on the thing and blow it up. Yeah, Armageddon. I'm like, bro, like you know what I'm saying? It was so many different things, man. Just like even them talking to the president and how she's just like, okay, we just gonna keep this on the hush until the election is over. Yeah, like, fam, you don't even know if this shit gonna last until then. Like, this motherfucker's coming to Earth to destroy it, and you worried about midterms? So it just just goes to show you, man, that even when it could be quote unquote the end of the world, like, people just, they don't care about anything. And I think this was a perfect reflection to show where we are as a society, or where we are as a mainstream society. Because I don't want to say, like you said, everybody's not like that. But as far as the mainstream goes, it just goes to show you just where we are.
But I mean, and something else that I thought that was brilliant that they put in here was after they did the show, they went into the room where they was going over the shit. So they was showing Kate how people was making a meme of her, saying that she's crazy and all this shit, right? So then they're talking about how everybody loved Dr. Mendy. He's the sexy scientist guy, where they said that he was the astronomer or whatever they call him, that they want to fucking all this type stuff. So they're like, okay, so now that we got this out of the way, let's go over the numbers. So during the same show, they had them come on last. So the people that came on first was Riley and DJ Cello had made a special appearance or whatever. And what everybody was talking about was Riley breakup with DJ Cello. So then they sit there and they do a whole little thing there. DJ Cello down proposed to her and talk about how he cheated on her and all this shit, and all that shit don't matter no more. She was like, yeah, well, I cheated on you too, so that's why it's okay. We'll get back together.
With the same person.
Yeah. So then it's like they show you the numbers. When they was on there, numbers sky high.
Mm-hmm.
But when they brought them on to talk about there's an asteroid coming to kill us, the numbers is low as fuck.
Yeah.
And I thought that was one of the most brilliant things that they did through this whole movie, was say that this is what America cares about.
Yeah.
They care about a singer and a DJ. They broke up, but they got back together, and he proposed to her, and this is what everybody cares about. And nobody cares nothing about these damn scientists saying that, yo, there's an asteroid on the way to come kill us.
Yeah.
But y'all care about these motherfuckers. And
yeah,
that is America.
Yeah, pretty much so, because it's like, you got shit like TMZ and the E channel, and you know what I'm saying, you turn the fucking MTV, VH1, and BET, and it's fucking reality shows. You know what I'm saying? They don't even show music videos on the motherfuckers no more. You know what I'm saying? Bravo is getting fucking paid off of Real Housewives. They got 7 Real Housewives shows. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It seems as if as a society, we're more concerned about pop culture than we are about anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with the COVID, you know what I'm saying, situation, you know what I'm saying? We were in the pandemic and it was like, shit, Texas, Georgia, and fucking Florida didn't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like, they was like, oh, okay, we in the pandemic. So what? Y'all in the pandemic. We outside. And they was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you start to see how, I mean, you really start to see how careless and unaware, you know what I'm saying, we are as a society. And, you know, at this point, man, it's like, it's either a or B type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we become so tribal. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you with this or you against this, and there's no in between. There can't be no, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure yet, or I'm undecided. It's no, either you with it or you're not. On one side, if you're not with it, you're against it. On the other side, same thing. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and then this, it really showed how easy it was with, you know what I'm saying, the president basically using this to campaign and do everything else. But so watching this, seeing how it, you know what I'm saying, was, you know what I'm saying, reflecting of where we are today and everything that's going on. Hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Say you watching, I don't know, we watch it, it's NFL Sunday. You know what I'm saying? President come on TV, emergency broadcast, America, you know what I'm saying? We got an asteroid.
That'd be dope if the president say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, with the information, I wouldn't even be mad if he said it. At that point, you just do what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's an asteroid coming. And this is it. This is the one. You know what I'm saying? This is the one.
Oh man.
Right now we trying to, you know what I'm saying, we working with all the other nations to try to find out what we can do to stop this. It ain't looking too good. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, pray up. You know what I'm saying? Stay up. God bless America. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would be the shit going through your mind seeing that, man?
Well, okay, so first and foremost, me being in the position that I am in, like, yeah, automatically I'm not gonna be like, okay, I believe that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the government, like, the funny thing about the government is when and how they release information.
Yeah.
That's just like how they released the whole little thing about, oh yeah, aliens are real, y'all, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're in the middle of a pandemic where everybody's scared shitless, you tell us at this time, oh yeah, they're aliens. Yeah. We knew this.
Yeah.
And it's like, it made really no news. Like, nobody talk about this shit, how the government came out and said, yo, we have proof that there are aliens out there. Now, there was a whole little thing where people talking about storming Area 51 and all that type shit. But so
whatever happened with that?
Dude, I have no idea. The only thing I remember was there was a date set that people said they were going to go out there, and it was like there was no more news coverage after that. Like, I don't know if these motherfuckers stormed like a area.
I think that was like some Reddit shit, bro.
It had to be, because like, what happened?
Yeah,
all we heard was, yo, on November the 23rd, we running out there in the Area 51, and like November 24th came and ain't his shit.
Hey, I'm gonna say it, fuck it. So I got a joke about an Area 51, right? So you know how they say it's aliens there?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how like every year it'd be like so many people crossing the border?
Mm-hmm.
So I made this one joke to my dude. I told him, I said, that's where they keep all the illegal aliens. That's why they'll never let you there. I said, what if Area 51 was just a big ass like compound where they kept all the illegal aliens and shit and just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just had them doing like all kind of fucked up work. You know what I'm saying? like making shit.
Fucking stupid.
Like what if it's just a big ass jail? Like they don't got to like you think you about to get deported, but you don't get deported. They just send you to Area 51. It's a bunch of fucking Canadians on one side, and Mexicans on the other.
Hey, boy, you stupid, bud. Oh man. But to answer your question, I mean, the first thing I'm gonna do, all right, I'm gonna research it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna see if there's any validity to it, for the simple fact of I just don't believe everything that the government tells me. Right. So that's number one. Number two, I'm gonna do my research on it to see if there is a real thing. And number three, only thing you can do is prepare. But being in the position that I'm in, I don't know if there's anything that you could do when you're talking about an asteroid that could do that type of damage. So only other thing that I can say is if I, looked it up and found out that the shit is real, all I could do is prepare. Try to get everything done that I wanted to get done in these 6 months. Amen. And like shit. So I'm gonna throw the question back to you, man. Like, what are you gonna do?
That's easy. I'm doing all this shit that I wanted to do my whole life that I was never supposed to do. I'm going into Walmart. I'm breaking the glass. I'm stealing the Xbox. I'm going to rob a fucking bank. I'm about to do all kind of wild shit. I'm finally going to drink a whole fucking fifth to myself. And I'm talking about like trying to guzzle that motherfucker. Because at this point, there's no rules. There are no rules. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not trying to kill nobody. I'm not trying to do none of that. I don't want to rob no bank because money don't even matter at this point. I want to do fun shit that I like to do and have fun.
But the robbing the bank thing is more the thrill of doing it.
Nah, ain't no thrill of robbing the bank. Fuck all that. My thing is because it's pointless at this point. You don't need the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find my supervisor. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, listen, I'm doing all the shit that I know I'm not supposed to do, and I'm just gonna do it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the fanciest restaurant. I'm gonna order whatever I want, and I'm leaving. I'm not paying for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm dining and dashing at the end of the world. Fuck it. Why not? You feel me? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like on a serious note though, man, to be truthful, like I'm probably gonna do what you said, man. I'm gonna make sure it's real first, because you know what I'm saying, they definitely lied to us about a lot of shit. I brought this up this third time bringing it up on this podcast. They told us that you know what I'm saying, Jackie Kennedy was fine. Come to find out, she wasn't. So if they could lie to us about that, you know what I'm saying, they could lie to us about a bunch of shit. So first and foremost, I'm gonna find out if it's real. And once I confirm that, then you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do everything that I can to spend time with my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick it with my kids, and I'm gonna get it all together, and we're gonna do any and everything we want to. We ain't going to no theme parks, nothing like that, but we're gonna spend a lot of time. We're gonna kick back, play video games, eat what we want to, and you know what I'm saying, we just gonna enjoy the life for the rest of these 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because that's that's all you can do. Shit, got them asteroid coming. You can't stop that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. So the wild thing to me is the whole turn of events of what they tried to do with the asteroid once they found out this new information. So like, it's stupid shit, but I can see America doing some shit like this though. That's the crazy part about this whole thing. Mm-hmm. So there's this dude named Peter. He invented like this fucking phone that can like sense your emotions and all of this fucking shit. He's like the Jeff Bezos.
No, he was Mark Zuckerberg, bro. That was supposed to be Mark Zuckerberg.
Yo, his fucking voice drives me nuts. That shit got on my nerves. So supposedly the asteroid carried these minerals that could go, like they could up the technology for phones and iPads and laptops and all this type shit. So now instead of trying to blow the asteroid out of the sky, they want to like blow it into pieces to where he has these things that will like grab it and then like pull it down to earth so he can take. So basically, he is a billionaire that's going to get richer by collecting these minerals that are on the thing.
Right.
What I thought what was brilliant about that was the fact of you take an event that is going to kill all of mankind,
right,
and you turn it into an opportunity to make money.
No, not just all of mankind. Not don't you put it on a low scale. This motherfucker is going to destroy Earth.
Yeah.
There will be no more planet Earth once this motherfucker crashes into it.
But you want to, oh, well, you know what? We could turn this whole situation around and try to basically save the asteroid so I can get the minerals off of it so I can get richer. And then the president goes along with it.
Because the midterms coming up.
And the wild thing about her whole midterm thing was, so she was explaining, well, she said the whole thing of like sit and assess. What'd she say? It was what did she call it? Sit back and assist. It was something. So she was just like, yo, I'm gonna wait it out for the simple fact of it's gonna make my numbers go up at the midterms. So she didn't want to. The crazy thing is how she has a meeting with it. Well, first of all, let me say this. So after they was at Michigan State and they discovered it, they have a meeting with the Madam President. So they're sitting outside waiting. And so the general dude comes out. I think he was like Secretary of Defense or whatever. Secretary of Defense. And he's like telling them, yo, I got these snacks and waters, you know, it's this much. So my one guy, all he got is a 20. He was like, ain't no change? He was like, nah. He was like, forget it, just keep it. And so then they still waiting on the president, and they in there singing happy birthday and shit. Like they in there like ain't like it's a regular day for them. So the general had to leave. So he leaves. So Kate goes in there and she was like, yo, what do I pay for the snacks at? Lady like, snacks are free. And she's like, hold on, they're free? She's like, yeah, it's the White House. So and the one thing that boggled her mind through the whole movie, they brought it up 3 times. She's like, I don't understand. He's a 5-star general, probably making he making 6 figures. Why would he charge us for the snacks when the snacks are free?
Because motherfuckers are gullible, man. Motherfuckers are just this. If this movie showed you anything, it showed you how gullible people are. Like you talked about the president. She did a whole campaign about don't look up. It's the end of the fucking world. And people are at a fucking rally for the president talking about don't look up. Bitch, we're about to die. Fuck the president. I don't give a fuck about nothing the president's talking about. If the president come on TV today and be like, hey man, this shit is it. There's nothing anybody can do to tell me anything else about me caring about anything, bro. All my interest is out the window at this point about anything. I don't give a fuck if the Browns win the Super Bowl. The shit don't matter because guess what? We can't even talk about it no more. Yeah. I can't even brag about the shit because we did. The fuck the midterms. Don't look up. That shit there, man. When I tell you, if that's an eye opener for anything, man, goodness gracious. I was just sitting there watching that shit like, yo, people really are this stupid. Like,
they are.
And I keep going back to the pandemic because it's like with the pandemic, you got people who want to take the vaccine, you got people who don't want to take the vaccine, right? At the end of the day, man, it's all your choice. Who gives a fuck? You got people out here fighting about this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers complaining about wearing a mask.
But this is the thing, though. I don't mean to cut you off. This shit ain't new though, dude. Did you know when the
Nigga, China been
Spanish
wearing masks when SARS happened.
that too? But do you know that what the Spanish flu came in what like the 1920s or some shit like
I
that?
think it was like 1918 or some shit.
Dude, they were wearing masks back then. And there were also people
Who
who
didn't wear masks.
refused to wear masks.
This
And
is
it's
my
like,
thing, bro. Americans are so fucking stupid. First and foremost, we should probably be wearing masks anyway.
like China, yeah.
Just not even on the fact of colds and diseases. Just the fact that it's pollution all through this motherfucker. So a mask is probably the best option for you anyway when you go outside. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you don't want to wear a mask. I get it. But I see videos all the time on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok about people it clearly says on the window when you're going into a business whether you can wear a mask or whether you're supposed to wear a mask in there or not. People are causing chaos because they want to go into business, but they don't want to wear a mask. If you want to go in there, just wear the fucking mask. Get in there, get out, get it over with. It's not going to kill you for 30 seconds or 30 minutes while you shopping wherever you shopping. So wear that motherfucker and get out, man.
But, you know, and I'm going to get back to it, but I just want to say this one thing. But that's just like the privilege that some people have. Exactly. I'm not going to say all people, but some people. Because what that mask sign looked to certain people, like for me, right? And I remember hearing this and I related to it so much. That's just like, yo, the colors got to enter the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that whole colors enter the back thing, now this don't have a color to it. This is like, yo, wearing a mask. And like some people been living so privileged all their life. It was like, oh, you trying to tell me that I can't walk into your establishment because you want me to wear a mask? Like, you can't tell me what to wear, or you know what I mean? And it's like they got that whole thing of like, yo, I don't have to do shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, when it came to us, like I think one of the things, and I know it wasn't all, because it's never all. But when it came to most black people, it's kind of like, yo, like we kind of like been through this shit before. But in a different type of thing. So it's like
we didn't give a fuck. Put the mask. First and foremost, black people ain't trying to get sick for shit.
Yeah, because we don't
I'll tell you that right now. I know all kind of black people that was like, put a mask on, that's it. Wait, first and foremost, nigga, I could walk in here with a mask on. Oh yeah, let's do that. That's nothing. Let's do it.
So and like I was speaking earlier before we started recording, this Madam President was Trump-ish. Right?
Yeah.
The whole hats, don't look up. You got the whole thing of, you got even what was so funny. What was funny? So her son, which is played by Jonah Hill, was just Jason.
Yeah.
This motherfucker he's an asshole, but he also got those. You know those. There's some people who don't mind being in uncomfortable situations. Like that's him. Like all day. But he also point out shit that you want to point out, but you just won't say. Like there was one time when they was sitting there having a meeting, when they told them that they finally believed Kate and Dr. Mindy, that they believed them after they went to Harvard and Yale people, and they told them the same fucking shit. And like the face that she made, and like Jason was like, yo, that face you're making. And it's just like, you be wanting to say that to people sometimes, but you're just like, I just let them roll with it. But like when they was on stage, they started throwing bottles at them. When the one guy finally looked up and was like, yo, they lied to us. He said, you hit me in my head, you fucking redneck. It was so fucking funny. Hey, but that shit was so funny. But the whole way that she really ran her campaign, dude, it was kind of Trump-ish, man. I'm just saying. And it was just like some of the shit that they would believe. That's even the whole thing. Like, you could take it back to the COVID shit. This motherfucker's out here literally telling people, for number one, it ain't that bad. But then he's saying, don't wear a mask.
Don't forget, he told people to inject
Clorox
in they veins to cleanse your blood.
And motherfuckers did it. It went to their emergency room. But like,
it clearly tells you, do not swallow or ingest.
Yeah. And so then, oh man, what I was gonna say? So she runs a whole campaign of her midterm, and then the whole thing. First of all, Adam McKay put this in there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He know what he's doing. It's really a shot at those people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But even when it comes to, I know what I was saying, like the COVID thing. This dude gets vaccinated, but he's telling them not to get vaccinated.
Right.
And these motherfuckers are listening to him.
I mean, shit, Hitler was going around telling people if you don't got blonde hair, blue eyes, then you ain't the, you know what I'm saying, you ain't the one. And this motherfucker he was a brunette with brown eyes.
Exactly. And it's like, and nobody questioned that shit. Like, well, some people did, but it's like, okay, like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean? That was the whole thing about when it came to like religion and I think sometimes you could say something, but it depends on who say it and how they say it. It registers different. Like Uncle Wash used to always say, like, there's no way you could tell white people to, like, even though, like, you have all these depictions of Jesus of being a white guy, you know what I'm saying, flowing blonde hair and all this type of shit, blue eyes and all this type of shit. And I can't put it the way that he put it, but it was like, we can't put basically a brown face and say, like, this is the person that, man, I forgot how he put it, but basically what he was saying was, you can't call yourself the superior race when you tell everybody to follow a guy that's brown.
Yeah.
When you're white.
Yeah.
So
you can't have a God complex.
Exactly. And it's like, that's what Hitler did. Like, even though he didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes, he's telling you this is the superior people, but nobody's looking at him like, yo, you don't even have this. So how the fuck you gonna tell us?
Well, you know I mean, that type of shit makes sense because if somebody's telling you what you want to hear and you agree with it, you ain't gonna argue with them. You know what I mean? If you got all these people out here saying that, you know, well, I don't fuck with the vaccine, or ain't no way a damn asteroid is going to destroy Earth, that'll never happen. And then you got somebody out there telling them that, then that's what they're going to believe. So you're going to have a following, of course. You know, it's always going to, you always going to get a following for it. My whole thing is that, you know, if a motherfucker is telling you, hey, look, it's scientific evidence that proves that the fucking Earth is going to be destroyed by this asteroid in 6 months, I mean, yeah, you could choose to be a dumbass and worry about midterms, but I mean, shit, once midterms hit, tomorrow is over with.
Yeah, that was my one thing that I just did not understand about this. And I think it was more of a shot of like how dumb we could be in America. It's the fact that we telling you, not only us, you go get the the smart experts. You don't want to believe our words, so you go get some words from other people. They tell you the same thing. And you still worried about midterms. It's like, yo, it ain't gonna matter who fucking won shit because they not gonna be here. But the thing is, this is what kills me though.
Yeah.
Is just like the movie 2012, right? They came up with this fucking chip that only the elitist people can get on.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. Go ahead.
So they do the same thing, and it's like, yo, we already got it in our heads anyway. Maybe you do. I haven't really heard you say it, but I already got this thing in my head where white people plan on like leaving us and going like Mars or the moon or whatever.
I hope they do.
And it's like, there's got to be some kind of plan that's in place that only the elite of the elite know of. Like, yo, if some crazy shit go down, we got a backup plan.
Hey, listen, I hope that they don't even care if some crazy shit go down. I hope they just find a way to go live on the moon or Mars and just get out of here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope that all the elites do it. Because listen, think about this, right? And I know we're bringing up COVID, but I think to me, COVID is the perfect example of what we're talking about because, you know what I'm saying, this kind of mimicked everything. Like this could have damn near, this is the closest we'll probably get to the end of the world for right now, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it was so many deaths reported and everybody was getting sick. You know what I'm saying? The world was on the shutdown, not just the country. The whole world was on the shutdown. And so, you know what I'm saying, at the time, you know what I'm saying, some of the most powerful people in the world were vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or at least the people that we see with power were vulnerable. And, you know what I'm saying, for the whole time that people were locked up and in the house and not doing anything, if you talk to people in California, they'll tell you the smog was gone. Like, so, you know, when you see stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and you hear about how the air quality got better and, you know what I'm saying, like all of these different changes end up happening once, you know what I'm saying, people was actually staying in the house and not doing all this extra shit. You start to realize that, you know, when you hear about, oh man, the humans are going to destroy the earth, you realize that, nah, I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that that's possible. I think that if they want to go, you know, get on a fancy rocket ship and shoot off to Mars, then do your thing. You know what I'm saying? C'est la vie. You know what I mean? Maybe finally we can go back to, you know what I'm saying, the original way it was supposed to be, and we could finally actually live healthier lives without, you know what I'm saying, them putting all this bullshit into society. At least that's how I look at it.
It's a lot of bullshit in society, and it just, I think what this movie was, I think it was a message piece, and I think the first time I watched it, like the expectation that I had by just the names that was in it. I mean, even like, you know what I'm saying, even somebody like Kate Blanchett, and I mean, I usually don't do this, but I gotta say this, like, I don't think Kate Blanchett is like one of those ones, but in this movie, for some odd reason, she was it. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the look that they gave her. Yeah, it was something crazy, and but like even somebody like her like was in this, and it was just like so weird to have all of these people. And then the first time I watched it, I think I just didn't get it. But watching it the second time, and it's like, yo, like this is a message piece of like, yo, if we don't straighten the fuck up and stop worrying about like political parties, all of that type shit, because when it came to Kate and Dr. Minchie, it's Minchie, right? Mindy, like they don't express their well, Kate did. She said, "I didn't vote for you,"
right?
But like she set her differences aside. Was like, "Yo, now we on the same page. Now we can move along and try to, you know, do something with this asteroid or whatnot." But like, they don't really express really they political stances. They're more of like, "Yo, we discovered something. We need to take care of it." But then they also show you these people who, and they're showing you like all the social media outrage of people who believe the asteroid is coming and people that don't, and they go this whole thing of don't look up, and it's just like, y'all don't see what he's doing here. Like he's telling you, yo, this is us, and if we don't get our shit together, this could potentially happen to us.
Yeah, some shit like this could come around, and we're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, and we're gonna be we're gonna politicize it, just like it politicizes everything. Like everything is politicized. I mean, even they politicized the NFL a couple of years ago.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about
shit, NBA too.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, even when it came to the bubble and shit. So it was like everything is being politicized, and it's more of like what we need to do is we really need to put our differences aside. And like this was a situation where it was like Adam McKay, I think from the negative reviews that I heard, was the fact of you don't really want to watch a movie where it's like pretty much everybody dies.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody didn't die yet.
No, everybody didn't die. Everybody didn't die. But the majority of the population of the people, put it this way, the majority of the people that watched this, we was gonna be one of the ones left behind. Basically.
Oh, for sure. But see, at the end, you know what I'm saying, they give us a treat, of course. And my favorite part of the movie, You brought up the ships.
Meryl Streep ass.
Nah. What?
I'm fucking with you.
Nah, it's way better ass out there than that, bro. That's funny as fuck though. Cause I thought that shit was weird as fuck. But no, you brought up the ships, man. And just like 2012, you know what I'm saying, they found a way to basically escape, which I don't think that would have been possible at all. But you know what I'm saying, it's a movie. You telling me the Earth blew up and y'all made it off the planet in time to blast off the space and the fuck out of here. So they land on another planet. You know what I'm saying? They found an inhabitable planet, you know what I'm saying, with vegetation and everything like we have. And you know what I'm saying, they get there, you know what I'm saying, they finally wake up from their hyper sleep and all this other stuff. Everybody ass naked. Don't nobody got no clothes on. I don't understand why. But you know, then they get on the planet, they walking out, you know what I'm saying, they looking at it, it look beautiful, and they see this fucking, it looked like a bird or some shit like that. And you know what I'm saying, she walk up to it, she like, wow, look at this animal. And the first thing that motherfucker do is eat her dumb ass. Now, this was the genius thing about this movie that always crosses my mind when they talk about going to Mars and doing all this other shit. We don't know what the fuck is on Mars. All we know is just whatever satellite images we see.
Well, they got what they say. They got the what
The
they call
rover.
that thing? The rover, yeah, that's giving us
it.
pictures, and they say it's just sandstorms and red mountains.
This is my thing. I don't believe none of that shit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can't go in the basement and get good cell phone service. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? And this is the same theory I got with them supposedly landing on the moon. You mean to tell me you got a fucking rover with good enough service to go all the way to fucking Mars and send pictures back to Earth?
Yep.
And it ain't got no charger?
No video, my guy. We got video.
Okay, so you getting iMessages from this rover. That motherfucker ain't got no charger. And then on top of that, you controlling it from Earth. Nigga, you can't drive an RC car up the street without it losing the signal. You feel me? You get a remote control car too far, nigga, it's a wrap. You gotta go pick it up. So y'all got that type of technology to send all the way to years and years, light years away to Mars. But you ain't got enough signal for me not to have a fucking signal in the basement. And I'm only 15 feet away from the cell tower. I don't believe it. Just like you telling me in 1960 something or whenever they landed on the moon.
68.
In 1968, they land on the moon. They got good enough service to send a live feed from a camera all the way back to Earth. Come on, man. Come on, man.
The one thing to get me is how they say that, I think I might have it wrong, but like Uranus or whatever is not actually a planet, it's a star. Pluto is not a planet, but it's a star, but you discover like 4 or 5 different planets.
Well, they stopped calling it a star, they call it a dwarf planet now. So it's just a smaller planet. But my thing is this. First and foremost, how do you know that Pluto ain't that big? All you getting is pictures and images. You can't get there.
Dude, they got this whole thing on Facebook where they're showing like all the planets, and they're showing like how small Earth is compared to the other planets.
Nova stars. Oh my god, that shit put a lot of shit in perspective. That just show you how small we are compared to all this shit.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't sit here and believe that we the only living thing, because it's just like we just a speck. Like we ain't nothing. But the thing about that is, they he made it a funny moment for the fact of like y'all elitists thought y'all was gonna get away with this shit. Yeah, y'all lived a little bit longer in y'all little hibernation sleep, but all of these dinosaur looking things was gonna kill you. And he told her that she was gonna die by something, but he didn't know what the name of it was. He made up a name and said, "This is what you're gonna die from," and that's what she ended up dying from, or whatever, whatnot. And we're really all of them, because they was like the flock of, like the whole thing was coming to take that whole crew out.
Now this is the interesting thing though, real quick. This is interesting thing, right? So I just Googled how long will it take to get to Mars. And basically they saying between 150 to 300 days, depending on the speed of the launch, the alignment of Earth and Mars, and the length of the journey the spacecraft takes to reach its target. So that means that it's a slight possibility. It's a slim possibility. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's gonna take you a whole year to get to Mars, bro. That means that you gotta have enough fuel to get there. You got a year. You gotta have a year's worth of fuel. You know how much fuel that is,
dude. But you wanna know how heavy that's gonna be?
And you mean to tell me a year's worth of fuel on a fucking rocket ship is blasting off and not exploding? Like, come on, man. It's certain shit just don't make sense, bro. Certain shit just don't make sense. You telling me you sending shit all the way up to the fucking to Mars, but meanwhile you got Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all them talking about they went to space and they didn't even touch space. They just went to the outer atmosphere of the Earth.
Yeah, they just got the way it got dark and came back.
Like, come on, man. I mean, yeah. I just don't know. It's like I said, man. People can be very, very gullible, and you know what I'm saying. Like, just for me, it's always been this way. Just when people talk about we went to the moon, bro, we ain't going to no goddamn moon, bro. We don't listen. I'm telling you, bro. This is my thought process. We don't know shit about shit. I don't know. I don't think that none of these people know what the fuck they talking about when they talking about how the moon is this and Mars has got water and shit on it. You don't know what that is. It may look like water. You don't know what that is. That could be a whole totally different element. That shit could be acidic. You could go drink that shit and your body catch fire and freeze at the same time. You don't know what the fuck that shit is. People just be making shit up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you stupid. This dude say catch fire and freeze at the same time. I'm just saying,
bro. It's a whole nother planet, bro. It's a totally different planet that you can't touch for real. You can send a rover there, but we can't send people there.
Hey, the rover is lighter.
If you can send a rover there, bro, you can send a person there. So why ain't we got a person on Mars yet? Talk to me, man. What's up? What's really going on? Because I don't even think it's a rover on that motherfucker. I think that motherfucker is somewhere in Hollywood and they driving an RC car around. I'm telling you, man, same thing they did with the moon mission. It's the same fucking thing they did with the moon mission, bro. Because you know you can create zero gravity in an airplane by just letting it fall straight down.
Oh man.
Like it's easy to make this shit happen, man. It's easy to make all this shit happen.
Yeah, man. But I honestly though, like, I think what this movie was supposed to do, I think it did what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was to get people to be like, look, y'all got to stop being selfish. Y'all got to stop being gullible. Y'all got to stop being, you know what I'm saying, the way that we are in the route that we're taking while we're going into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're telling you, we got scientist people that are telling you, yo, the world is ending. And y'all take a slow approach because of midterms when it comes to the president. Then you say, yo, we're going to do everything that y'all talked about. But then because this billionaire guy says, yo, the materials on this thing could really uplift us. But then it also, another message that they gave us. China, I can't remember who the third one was. China and Russia and another country, they backed out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were just like, yo, this mission that y'all doing is stupid.
There's no point. We better die.
Yeah, so like what's like what but then they also looking at why are we gonna sit here and make you richer, help
Mm-hmm.
you do this whole thing that's gonna make you richer, but it's also America being like, yo, we're better than y'all. Like
Mm-hmm.
look, we see that there's materials on this thing that can make us richer, but then they're like Russia and everybody else like, yo, why are we gonna do something to help you? But what are we getting in return? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So then they do this whole dummy mission. And then what kills me, they hold the excuse of, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. How the president gonna leave her son, yo?
He's an asshole.
Hey, she completely left my dude. And then she didn't realize it until she called old dude and was like, yo, we got some spots for you and your family. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, nah. And then he was like, have fun with Jason. She was like, Jason? She was like, oh shit. This motherfucker completely left her son talking about they go to the bathroom. But yeah, it's why going back to watching it, I see what you're saying though.
Now this was a before we get to the Fire Flames. This was an interesting thing that I liked too. In the beginning, when they was basically looking at the data to see how, you know what I'm saying, the trajectory was coming for the asteroid,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was dope because they actually made it make sense as to how the asteroid would be coming at the Earth, right? Because if you think about it, usually when they say it's an asteroid coming at Earth, it's flying at such and such miles and up, it's never just flying in at Earth. Because if it was gonna take 6 months for it to get there, it can't start at one point, Earth right here, and then it keep going. 6 months later, we'll be out this way. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what I'm saying? So I like the fact that they showed how it was coming at a certain, you know what I'm saying, direction and speed, and then by that time Earth's orbit was going to be in that same spot. And I just love the fact they actually made sense of some science shit, and you know what I'm saying, made it as realistic as possible. So I got to shout out to Adam McKay on that because that was genius for them to add that in, and the writing staff as well.
Yeah.
Um,
And one last thing, and I mentioned this on the
mm-hmm.
coming soon, was the fact of how they say that, we got hit by an asteroid and then we had an ice age, and like that's explains the whole thing of like how we got rid of dinosaurs, like this.
Cap.
But yeah, because it's like my thing is how can this is my whole thing about dinosaurs, right? If we want to say that we had dinosaurs, I think these motherfuckers are still here. They just adapted. Like, I mean, you look at a fucking. You gonna tell me a fucking alligator don't look like something that was in goddamn Jurassic Park, but it's just not as
Bro,
big,
all that shit is cap. It's all cap.
dude.
Ain't no fucking 25-foot reptile standing on two legs and a big ass tail was walking around the goddamn no, bro. No.
No, like,
Because if
look,
that's the case, we would have something like that today.
I just think that what it ended up being was the fact of I just don't think that there was a size of what they make them out to be. And I think that what ended up happening, if they want to say that these skeleton things are real, I think them bitches just somehow grew. Or they just made it up.
Fam, first off, ain't none of them bones real. All that shit is fake. That's plaster.
Because this is my thing. Even when it comes to bones, like, yo, you can dig up an old human, dude. It's like as soon as you get that damn body out the ground, the shit is breaking apart. But
You
but
talking about millions and millions of years, hundreds of millions of years, and a bone is gonna last that long.
that's what I'm saying. I
If
just
you if
think
you
that
if you go bury a chicken bone right now and go check on it in 10 years, it's not motherfucker's not gonna be there, bro. It's just not gonna be there.
yo, you stupid. A chicken bone.
I'm just
Nah,
saying.
like I just feel like there's so much stuff that we haven't discovered. I think that what they do, especially scientists, because even in science, you still want to make money.
Mm,
And I think even with science, I think what they do is they over exaggerate some shit. Because my whole thing about my belief when it comes to dinosaurs, I just think that like a lot of the shit that is here today
Oh
was
yeah, for
there
sure,
then.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Because like
mean, like
even now, and to further your point, like even now they saying that like dinosaurs weren't really reptiles; they was like bird-like creatures.
yeah,
So like the raptor you see in Jurassic Park don't look shit like a real
no,
raptor. A
yeah, like
raptor
the
is just a
T-Rex, all
fucking
that type shit.
yeah, it's just a big ass emu or
Yeah, like
ostrich.
all of that shit. And even when it comes to the sound that they're making, like look, as dope as Jurassic Park is, they made up
Mm-hmm.
the sounds. We don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck. First of all, we don't even know what they look like. How we gonna know what the fuck they sound like?
I'm gonna tell you this though, and I mean this with all my heart. I don't believe nothing about none of this shit, and this is why I say that. How can you send a space rover all the way to Mars, but you can't send nothing all the way down to the bottom of the ocean?
Not to the bottom, close, but not all the way to the bottom.
But you can send some shit to Mars though.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is the
And
thing. If it goes all the way to the bottom of the ocean, right? The weight of the ocean will
crush it.
basically crush it. So if you go all the way up to space, wouldn't that blow it up and expand it?
They
Just saying.
said they
Something to
defined
think
the
about.
different. I'm just saying. Hey, it's like, look, dude. There's a lot of theories out there where it's just like, yo, I got to question that shit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go with what you say just because you said it.
exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? But
Also,
shit.
I've never in my lifetime, I've never truly seen a rocket ship take off and go into orbit. Maybe I YouTube that tonight, but I've never seen one in my lifetime. I remember the Challenger, but I think that was before I was born. The one that blew up.
Yeah. That was before you were born. That was in the 60s.
The Challenger wasn't in the 60s?
It wasn't?
Nah, I
Which
think the
one was
Challenger
it?
was like the 80s, wasn't it? Yeah, it was in 86. It was 2 years before I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm about to say, because my whole thing is, well, never mind, I ain't about to get into that. We might get flagged for that, so I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But I'm just saying, in the 60s, you could go all the way to the moon. 86, you can't send a fucking spaceship to space. Just saying.
All right.
Believe half of what y'all see, none of what y'all hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Just heads up, man. Let's get into the fire flames.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
What you giving this thing, man? What's up?
For going back to it for the second time and actually getting the message that they was trying to give. I mean, because from an entertainment stance, like I had told you before, I was probably sitting at around like a 3.5. But like once you get the message of what he's trying to do, and like I say, it's still entertaining. There are definitely some funny parts when it comes to it. But then it's also but it's also disappointing because you seeing how gullible people are. And like if something traumatic was to happen to us, this is the reaction that we're mostly gonna get. And it is kind of disappointing, but the shit is true. Yeah. And with that being said, I think for me that bumps it up to a 4 for the simple fact of the story that Adam McKay and the other guy was able to put together. And I think the reason he was able to get all of these big name actors and shit like that is because I think that even they know, like, yo, this ain't about the check. Right. This is about the message that you're trying to send, but we're going to make it a little entertaining for the people to get people to watch it. But at the same time, we're trying to give you this broad message at the end. And I also like how it flipped from how it was Kate that was the crazy girl that was on TV, and then Dr. Mindy ended up going crazy. I thought that, let me rephrase that. He didn't go crazy. They just got fed up. That's all it was. I said the wrong words. They were just fed up with the bullshit.
Yeah, like, the mental breakdown.
you're gonna get to the point where it's like, yo, y'all don't see what's going on here, like So yeah, man, I'm gonna give it a 4 for what this movie ended up standing for.
Hey man, we on the same page. All-star cast. I mean, to get all of these people to do a Netflix movie, and then for it to be directed by Adam McKay, who is probably one of the funniest dudes on TV and in film. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know who Adam McKay is, if you ever watched Step Brothers, he was Brennan's brother. Or if you ever watched, I believe it was Parks and Recreation. He was one of the guys on Parks and Recreation. I'm trying to think what else was he in. He had a regular show. He had like his own show too. But yeah, he was Derek on Step Brothers. Y'all could just Google that. But yeah, but the story was great. Like I said, this is right up my alley. Doomsday, but it had a, you know what I'm saying, comedic twist to it. A great reflection on where we are as a society right now. Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. This is one of the ones I could probably watch, you know what I'm saying, over and over again. And yeah, I'm giving it a 4.
Hey man, that it, man. We end up being on the same page.
Yeah, man. So let's get into coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
All right, man. So, you know what I'm saying, all you Tom Cruise fans, get ready. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be right up your alley. We're doing Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. When
Great
I tell
movie.
you,
Great
I am
movie.
so dude. I'm excited to do this, man.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna front because I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a long time because I remember when it first came out, it got all this hype. But I was young though. I was like in high school when this movie came out.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. I was like, y'all crazy, man. This movie ain't all that good. And then it's like watching it as an adult and like actually
Totally different.
I developed being a thinker. Like I wasn't a thinker then. Like I'm a thinker now. And it's like now watching it, yo, this movie fucking dope as fuck, man. And it's a lot of like little side shit that can be talked about.
I can't wait to go back and watch it because this was around the time where Tom Cruise was putting out bangers. You know what I'm saying? He had Vanilla Sky, he had Eyes Wide Shut with Kubrick. You know what I'm saying? Like he was putting out some wild joints around this time. So
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire was a classic, of course, but I'm saying like he was in thought-provoking films.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Vanilla Sky is one of those ones where you watching it, you get to thinking like, all right, wait a minute now. You know what I'm saying? Especially Eyes Wide Shut. Like to me, Eyes Wide Shut is Tom Cruise's greatest movie. Just because of what it kind of exposes. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about the elite, just some of the things the elite do behind the scenes. So, you know what I'm saying? And you already know I'm totally into that kind of thing, conspiracy theories and all that. So yeah, definitely, man. I can't wait to do that one, man. So next episode, man, we're doing Vanilla Sky. Y'all tune in and get ready. But for the time being, if you guys want to give us a rating on what you think Don't Look Up was, make sure you hit us up on the socials. 1 to 5 fire emojis. Make sure you tell us what episode it is. So for this one, of course, it'll be Don't Look Up, and then hashtag Fire Flames. Also, man, if y'all got conspiracy theories, man, hit us up. I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? Let us know about that. Or you could just hit me up on mine if you don't want to hit up the Viewers Anonymous. But speaking of the socials, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ViewerNonPod, all one word. You can follow us on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson.
Yeah, y'all can follow me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod on IG. I still don't know what's going on with my Facebook page. And just go to the podcast, man, whatever platform you prefer. The last episode that is out is the Ray Donovan movie episode. It's moving pretty well, so I appreciate everybody's listening to it. Feel like it was a dope episode. So be on the lookout, man, because I got some more ideas, some things to do when it comes to the 28 minutes or less. So keep up all the great support, man.
For sure. And yeah, man. With that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Like they say in Hollywood, man, that's a wrap.
Cut.